At ease. It's your boy Solar Mortal. Guys, a lot of problems that men are having with women would quickly go away if they just corrected one thing, right? See, what women didn't understand is that, when this whole, women empowerment movement came through and women started, inventing things and become factory workers and getting these big careers. What women didn't understand is, once they started becoming more masculine, then a lot of the men would just by default start becoming more feminine, right? It's all about that balance, right? So what you have now is a lot of women that are getting in relationships and they're saying, you know what? They're saying, you aren't as sexually aggressive as your predecessor, right? In other words, you aren't as sexually aggressive as your father and your grandfather used to be, And what ends up happening is you have these women that are in these relationships, they become sexually frustrated. And this is when the attitude comes. This is when the disrespect comes. This is when the sex stops and men start saying, hey, you know what? My woman is no longer want to be intimate with me, right? And I'm telling you guys, this will change as soon as you start administering that act right.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
So brothers, what I'm getting ready to tell you is nothing new. I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't already know. But what I noticed is a lot of us brothers just tend to forget over time. So look at this as just a reminder. Look at this as just an iron sharpening iron type conversation, right? See, what happens is, a lot of brothers will get with these women, right? Get in these relationship situations. And they'll get very comfortable, right? So you'll start off going to the day parties on Saturdays and Sundays, right? This thing, you look up, man, and y'all are going shopping and doing all these other things together. And then the next thing you know, you look up and you're doing TikTok challenges with your girl all day, right? Now, nothing's wrong with this, but if you aren't careful with these type activities, you can slowly start picking up feminine energy, right? In other words, you can easily start finding yourself walking around the house and now you're gossiping with your girl, right? In other words, you're starting to become her BFF. You know what I'm saying? And what will happen is that woman will slowly start getting turned off. You'll start noticing that she not putting that ass on you at night in the bed like she used to. You'll notice she's not wearing the sexy things like she used to. And you look up and your girl is on the other side of the bed, drier than the Mojave, not even wanting you to touch her. Now the thing is this, guys. You have to understand that the majority of women, when they get here, they still love you at this point. They still love you. Minus the small few that are cheating. When you see these kind of signs, she still loves you. But the thing is, you're not hitting those buttons. So why are we scared to be monsters, brothers? Why are we scared to tap into that spot that society is steadily suppressing, right? In other words, we know it's there, man. The thoughts that are in our mind are saying one thing, but by the time it comes to our actions, we're somebody completely different. Why is this? Why are we scared to be monsters, right? You can have a guy that's in a relationship for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and his woman still doesn't know his fetishes. You know what I'm saying? He's in a relationship and his woman still doesn't know what his buttons are. So he's gonna be with this woman every day, every night, sleeping with this girl, but then he has to go to the hub to get his fulfillment in a certain area. That's crazy, guys. Why is this? You have some guys that are booty men, that are married, that are walking by their wives in the kitchen, in the bathroom every single day, and she just hoping you smack that ass. And you just walk by whistling like it's all good. Because you don't want to offend that side of her, again, because y'all have become BFFs. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. And in my mind, I'm I'm like, what has happened to us? You know what I'm saying? You guys that are in relationships, at no point in time, I mean, once you get with the woman, once y'all become, intimate, she should be knowing what your buttons are from day one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why spend the next 100 years her guessing, trying to guess on what pleases her man? I mean, think about it. Think about how your woman sees you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're the man, you're holding things down, you're the protector, you're providing, you're doing all these things. What she wants to do is reciprocate in as many ways possible. Yes, she don't mind going in the kitchen, throwing down on a casserole. Yes, she don't mind keeping the house clean. But God, I'm telling you, she wants to reciprocate on a sexual level as well. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing she wants you to do is to deny your masculinity, so she can reciprocate in that area too. You know what I'm saying? What you got to understand is a lot of men are restricting the women they're with. A lot of men are get inside their heads and they'll be like, you know what, man, I wish I had a woman that would do X, Y, and Z. But I chose a good woman, so I gotta just deal with this what I have, right? What you guys don't understand is, in a lot of cases, you're restricting her by not allowing her to tap into that side of herself. And the thing is, she can't fully tap into that femininity like you want, because you're not tapping into your side deep enough. You're not expressing yourself fully. You're scared to be a man in some cases, guys. A lot of you guys say, you know what, I want this 5% woman, but in the sheets, I want this 95. You know what I'm saying? She's saying that same thing. She's saying, you know what, I want this perfect gentleman in the streets, but I want this caveman, when the lights go out. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I'm telling you, a lot of you are restricting that whole process from taking place, right? And then I trip out on the guys that I hear that say, oh, well, I don't do this and I don't do that. That right there trips me out. That right there lets me know that we're in a whole nother thing, a whole nother segment of masculinity, man. Because in my mind, when I'm in my most masculine form, I'm thinking like how does that work? Kind of like brothers that say, you know what? Yeah, I eat chicken. But then you see them eating some wings and it's like 50% meat left on the bone. You're like, no, brother, you don't eat chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, it's the same with women. It's like, I don't know. But it's like, when you're approaching your woman on a sexual level, when you're in your full masculinity, when you're in your full dominant mode, you have to be like the lion that roams, the prairies or the jungle or whatever, right? You don't see a lion going out and eating what do lions eat? Freaking elk or something? Zebras. You don't see a lion going out and eating a zebra and saying, oh, well, he kills a zebra and now he's just picking through certain parts. He's eating the whole thing. In other words, when he's running after that zebra, he might bite it in the neck, he might bite it in the ass, but he eats the whole thing. That's how a man in his full dominant energy and his full masculinity should operate to itself, right? Because I just don't understand those guys that say, my thing is, if you have a woman and you're saying, oh, well, there are certain things I don't do, then in my mind, it's like, well, you don't have the right woman then. Because the last thing I want is a woman where I'm kind of picking and choosing on what parts of I like women from head to toe. I'm just going to keep it 1,000, right? And in my mind, think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying when you're saying, I don't do X, I don't do Z. What you're saying is, there's another man on the planet that's willing to offer my wife something sexually that I'm not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, if you're in that mindset, you've already taken an L. All I'm saying is this, brothers. Your woman wants you to be a monster in the bedroom. She simply wants you to show dominance, guys. And a lot of you guys are just walking on eggshells in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Your woman is wanting you to do so many things. She's wanting you to express yourself. She's wanting you to smack that ass. She's wanting you to pull her hair. She's wanting you to bite her thighs. Everybody has their own thing. All I'm saying is she's wanting you to express yourself. A lot of you guys got these big ass houses, and the only thing you're doing is having sex in one room, on one bed at a certain time, and you're doing it a certain way. I'm telling you guys, this is this is in a matter of time will start slowly turning your wife off. You know what I'm saying? She wants you to walk in some days, man, and see her in the kitchen and start kissing her neck, and shoot, it might go down right there. She might want you to take it in the living room. She might want it in the laundry room. You know, she wants you to be spontaneous, and she wants you to be in your masculinity, guys. I really don't know how much more to say it than that, right? I mean, what do you think? What do you think they're reading in these romance novels all the time, right? I got a partner, my boy Sinclair. I talked about him before. He writes novels. I believe he's about 20 novels deep, and they can't print these things fast enough. He makes a living off this because women are searching for that masculine man. What do you think they're reading? You think they're saying, oh, well, Bobby came in from work and he decided to do a TikTok challenge with me, and it just made me so, it turned me on, right? It's not saying that. It's saying Johnny walked in, you know, Johnny threw his lunch kit down, Johnny put me on the kitchen table, and Johnny had dinner. That's what they're reading, guys. That's what's turning them on. I'm telling you, all this, you know, my wife is, you know, she giving me attitude. She's not respecting. She's not even letting me touch her. She's done, you know, doing these things, etc., etc., etc. All these things are coming, guys, from one, us not tapping into our masculinity, and two, us not administering that act right. In a nutshell, guys, all I'm saying is when it comes to, you know, you being intimate with your woman, when it comes to you being sexual, simply be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Simply stay in your masculinity and simply feel free to express yourself as a man. I'm telling you this. If your girl is not telling you that you nasty, I'm telling you, brothers, you're not doing enough. If she's not telling you that, brothers, I'm telling you, you're not pushing the right buttons. You know what I'm saying? If you're not comfortable with expressing your fetishes to your woman, then you're still holding back. You know what I'm saying? You should feel free to tell your woman, like, you know, this is what I like. I like it. I like this part of your body, or I like when you do this. She wants to know that. Because you have to understand that women, like when it comes to sex, they operate in fantasy. Everything is about fantasy. So if there's a way that she can just send you through the roof and get you, you know, get you to that point, brother, she wants to know that. Next, remember the 2 C's, right? And when I say the 2 C's, I mean the more she climaxes, the less she'll complain, right? You know, if you the type brother, you know, you want breakfast on Saturday mornings, I'm telling you, if you administer that act right, brother, you'll smell the food cooking before you even wake up. You know what I'm saying? You want to go play top golf with the boys? Hell, she might even buy you a set of clubs. You want to watch football? Hell, she might get the package. You know, she's setting up Super Bowl parties. I'm telling you, once you scratch that itch on a woman, brother, I'm telling you, there are very few things you have to worry about. And the last thing, guys, simply remember to remain dominant. Now I know that when you get in these relationships, man, you're gonna be, you know, some of you guys are gonna be these, you know, TikTok challenge guys and doing all these things that she would normally do with her girlfriends. I'm not saying that there's wrong with that. I mean, you know, that may be a part of your healthy relationship. But the thing is, you have to be able to hit a switch if you're gonna be that type of guy. You have to be a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You have to be able to go from that side of your relationship back to monster mode, right? You know, and stay in that mode as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she wants you. That's the area of your manhood that's gonna keep her interested, that's gonna keep her aroused, right? And last, for you guys that say, you know, what you don't do and what you do, I would just say, man, go back to the way that the lion eats his food, right? You know, when he's eating his food, when he's chasing down his animals, he's not worried about what he's eating. He's eating that thing from the rooter to the tooth.